At this microphone. Right. So our producer yesterday told me, because I lean into the phones to talk, that everything actually runs through this microphone, so that I've been leaning away from it the whole time to whisper with the sweet nothings into the phones.
All right. In the meantime, we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Lochek. His name is Mike Brenner. We are the odds couple. You come to sportsbookreview.com, hashtag AskSBR.
Oh, buddy.
Mike Brenner.
A rough night
we got a two-game NBA slate and then a massive college basketball slate, which was
at
least
you're happy.
Yeah, if we're not given necessarily all winning picks, at least we're discussing things well. We did say that Seton Hall
nobody's going to give all winning picks every single day. I mean, come on, even after coming off a good run, when you have that losing night, you still got that's just not good enough for some of them out there. And I'm talking about the haters, but that's okay. Bring it on. I can handle it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Pete, how many times do we have to say that?
Yeah.
But move forward. I don't look backwards. So tonight it gives me opportunity to get it back, and I don't see a whole lot, but I like a few things.
And college or NBA, yeah. Well, like I said, the interesting one is Wisconsin and Michigan, and I decided to go on Wisconsin on the first half. Wisconsin's coming off of a loss, and Michigan is coming off of some impressive results, but just as Michigan was not particularly was not as bad as they seemed early on.
Yeah, they were terrible on defense early on in the year. They couldn't stop the three.
I think they're not as good as they've shown in recent games, which is fine. And I took Wisconsin there on the first half only because I think they might get a shot from Wisconsin and then maybe a comeback in the second half. The usual unpredictable Pac-12 games are always a little bit hard to suss out. Arizona minus 12.5 at Washington State. Washington State's been undervalued significantly, not all the time, though. That's tricky. Washington State's like a team that they'll cover, and they think, this team might be undervalued, and they'll get blown out by 50, and then the next game they'll cover again. So
and Arizona has not been a strong team on the road or even at home, especially with big double-digit spreads. They have not been covered. I don't think this Sean Miller team is anywhere near as deep on that bench as they've been years past, Pete. And I think it's starting to catch up. And I think Washington State might be sitting there licking their chops waiting for this game. I may be wrong. They may blow them out. I don't have a call on it. But I am not yet sold on Arizona having that big of a spread on the road to boot.
Tough one, 12.5, and then we got Gonzaga. Interesting. Gonzaga 18-4-1 ATS, of course, covering massive home spreads.
Those numbers don't lie. That's amazing.
But the other number that is also not lying is opened at 22.5. Now it's bet down to 21.5.
Yep. I got the first half. Pistol Pete got it for me at what was that? 11 or 12.5, I think.
12.5 minus 120.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then we got Memphis and UConn. UConn getting healthier finally, but I think they're a little bit overvalued. The problem is Memphis has been a horrible ATS recently. I was leaning Memphis plus 4.5. We didn't discuss that game in the show.
We didn't. But I looked at it though. I looked at it.
And then, of course, we got another St. Mary's game. And then, so we got some interesting stuff. Weber State. Weber State's an interesting spot. They are, of course, the top team in the Big Sky, but they've been a terrible bet ATS over the last 8 games. 1-7 against spread over the last 8 games. They're still the top team in the Big Sky, though. So sometimes those
with that line, that means the bookie's saying something too, giving them some respect. Because if you're coming off a 1-7 ATS result in your last 8, and the book's giving you that much respect, they know something, Pete. That might be the edge.
They're still the top team in the Big Sky in terms of the standings.
Yes, W's and L's. That's all that matters to them. They don't care about ATS. They don't give a shit about us.
Especially
unless it's a fixed team, right?
Fixed, and they do give a shit about it in the wrong way.
That movie called The Fix? Seriously, it's a good one.
But I gave picks on the Weber State games in.
I might jump on that later. I like that first half. I think you got it at 7. If I'm correct.
And then we got another similar situation with Siena against Manhattan. Siena, one of the top teams, but they've been bad ATS recently and going against Manhattan. And we didn't talk about that one either. But
no, we didn't.
But I took Siena there, and let's see what else. And then a lot of minor.
Well, you got Utah, Oregon. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that. That's Utah's scary. That's a lot of points to give Utah.
That's just a 10-foot pole. I don't want to bet against Oregon in this spot, but I also definitely, as you said,
absolutely.
That's just a 10-foot pole.
What about Oregon on the first half? We had a question about that.
Oregon in the first half. Again, this is a game where I'm staying off of in terms of pregame stuff. I might do some second half, but
I'm going to have maybe something on that later, and I'll tweet it out because I'm looking into it.
Don't want to bet against either of those teams at
I'm
this
waiting on some
line.
info for that.
Oh, and then my other pick.
Inside information.
That's right.
My other pick that I'm kind of liking is Charleston. Now we saw yesterday where there was another small favorite where I said that I liked Seton Hall as the whole team. Here I'm leaning Charleston. Charleston's coming.
You didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I did.
You got to get the ball.
Well, I did bet it, but I didn't
get bet. You always say it on camera. I got to pull the trigger.
I
So
know.
today he claims he has balls, Matty. Today Pistol Pete claims.
Trying to get more balls. So Charleston's coming off of two straight up losses, And Hofstra's a solid team, which is why the line is where it is. But I'm thinking this is one where Charleston might pull it out. And
Did I tell you my wife asked for liposuction? And I said, absolutely, we could do it today. She was amazed. I said, I opened up the front gate. You can start walking right now. There's your liposuction once a day. I'm not kidding you. Got two friends hanging out on the couch. One just had a tit job. The other one had liposuction. That's the thing to do, honey.
I'm about
all. Get that out. Thank you, Maddie.
I'm about au natural.
That's it, buddy.
Yep. But I like
she was shocked. She said, look at that. I said, sure, we can do that right away. She's thinking, 8,000 liposuction. Hell no, I opened up a pop. 6,008. That's what. Well,
I can get tits for less.
But then again, I don't know how they work. But guess what? That's what they told their husbands it was.
Yeah.
It probably was 3.
Yeah,
they probably pocketed money. You know what? I'm not kidding. I just figured something out.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Guess what? Well, there's 2 guys I know that are stupid enough to believe it. I damn near could have been number 3. But I had a smart moment, right? And I literally opened up the front gates and there's some liposuction right there. It's free every single day. Start walking. Swear to God.
My friend, the great thing about him is he just says what's on his mind.
Yes, I do.
You know, if
Maddie just absolutely Maddie, I'm gonna have to investigate that because I guarantee he's right. That shit sounds awful expensive. Yeah. And those guys are saying, yeah, it was 8 last time. Once I think it was 10. They don't know. Man. These girls are traveling all over the world. These guys don't care. I care. It's not happening to me.
Yeah. No, listen, Mike Brennan, when you feel passionate about a Houston Rockets first half line, you talk about it and you are passionate about it and confident about it. When you're passionate about marital problems, you are confident about it. All right.
And if we have any marital problem questions out there or anybody that can help Brenda solve some of that stuff, let me know because it's been driving me crazy.
I'm telling you, man, I've been saying this for a while, just sneaking the word in there. Yeah. MGTOW, baby. MGTOW, baby.
We Googled it, by the way. Shout out to me and Dennis, MGTOW. And Pete looked and tell him.
Shout out to, well, no,
you said we don't qualify to be
you don't. Shout out to my MGTOW brothers.
MGTOW brothers, all 5 of it.
Yeah, it's basically guys who like to watch other guys script, basically.
What?
No, I'm kidding around.
Jesus, got Pete. I'm out of that comment.
You don't think he's put out for that?
My God.
All right, here we go. So we got, let's see, more. Or do we have any questions?
NBA. There's only 2 NBA. I'm not touching that one.
St. John's causes marital problems.
Yeah. Jesus.
All right. Yes. Questions. Right state.
Yeah. That was a good breakdown. We did that breakdown with Jumpin' Joe Gavassi yesterday, and I got news for you. That team, he likes them. Joe really, really likes that team.
Joe Gavassi made an interesting point. Now, normally in this case, like because Youngstown State already beat Wright State at home this year, so
they pounded them.
Yeah, so this is a quote unquote revenge spot. My sense is for games like this with this conference, I would be taking the home team getting 5. But Joe Gavassi brought up an interesting stat, which was that when the home team that lost was a big favorite of 7 or more, their ATS record in the next game is money. I forgot what the stat was. So that's interesting. So
and I said the same thing. He says Nava comes up with it. So we had a blast yesterday with that.
I'm not going to be betting it, and I would probably still lean Youngstown State, but Joe Gavassi watched that video, made a great argument in favor of Wright State -5. So that's
he did. He had a growl, yes, from BYU. BYU, he growled. We have a Twitter guy that thought it was real good. That guy really
I remember the first time he did that. Just like
sure. Oh, he does it great.
No, we're keeping that.
Yeah. BYU, that's what he was growling
about. You should start putting odds on that in the mornings.
Yep. Any other questions? Any other questions for
Yes, William and Mary.
Oh gosh! All right. Well, I looked at that one. William Mary at James Madison. Now, James Madison obviously was a team that had a lot of losing to start the year. Turned a little bit of a corner, and they started to cover. I am actually small. I'm on James Madison in this one.
And it's what, 4?
Yeah, they're at home.
Home dog?
Yeah, they're a home dog, and I mean William Mary, a very respectable, excellent team, which is why they're a big road favorite, sizable road favorite here. But I'm taking a shot with James Madison, and same deal with Northeastern. I'm also on Northeastern, same line, same type of situation. I think that probably I'd be a little bit surprised if both those road favorites cash. Probably they split. I think it's slightly more likely that both of them.
There's one game up there we didn't talk about on our show. Texas A&M at Vanderbilt. That's an interesting.
Yeah, that's a pass for me. That game I looked at it and
opened at 4. It's now at 3.5.
That's another one could easily go either way. That's also a revenge game because Vanderbilt went into Texas A&M and beat them. I think they beat them by double digits.
And I think A&M's a little overvalued. I have all year, so I'm going to look into that.
So I might have to look into that a little bit more. I did look into that one, and I decided that I'm going to pass on it and maybe look for something second half. But So let's see. But I'm definitely liking Charleston as a road favorite.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my stronger leans or plays I get. I mean, I bet it, I bet it. So we have any other questions?
We got a lot. We got a lot.
Yeah.
Carolina first half.
Carolina first half.
Carolina. I'm just ready.
Last night I had North Carolina first half. They covered. That was one of my good covers last night.
You guys got to take a little more
NC State.
Specificity, fellas.
And Duke, how about Duke?
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Only one of those.
Come
Well,
on, Pete. You got
listen,
this
all right, we
breakdown.
already talked about this one in this show earlier, but yeah, I took Wisconsin on the first half. Wisconsin's coming off a loss, and Michigan again a little bit. They definitely weren't as bad as they seemed.
No, they're turning a little bit of a
year.
corner, and I think even defensively they finally have.
Yes.
They started to shut the three ball down a little bit better.
Yes.
But one thing they're really not tight on is their turnover ratio compared to their assists. And Pete, that means everything. And you got a Wisconsin team coming off a loss.
So I took Wisconsin on the first half. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm thanking you for Carolina last night.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. Thank
All
you.
right, Loyola Marymount.
Oh, that's
LMU. That's
SMU.
against LMU. That's against St. Mary's, right?
St. Mary's.
Yeah,
Remember SMU? Remember?
Yeah, that one. I actually didn't have time to crunch.
I'm on the first half.
Check back later, guys, for an update on that. Siena.
Oh yeah, that's another tough one. I might be on the wrong side of this one. I'll give my opinion though. I'm on Siena.
You may be right. Billy Joel said.
Yeah,
From New York.
Siena crazy.
Isn't Billy Joel from New York? Yeah.
Siena is one of these top teams that hasn't been covering recently. Let me just pull up my notes here.
And never stops.
And Manhattan is very blowoutable. So I'm on, and the line has gone down, which makes sense, but also makes me a little bit nervous. But yeah, I'm gonna be on Siena.
Wow.
I'm gonna be on Siena.
Hey, we're going to be getting some baseball stuff together.
Actually,
Matty,
me and Drew are going to show at 3 o'clock Eastern, right here on this desk, for AL East.
AL East, breaking them down, baby.
Yeah.
It's baseball time.
Yeah. Siena's a tough one. They got That's right. They got blasted at home by Monmouth in the last game. And
Monmouth.
Two games before that, they also lost straight up as a favorite. But that might put them in a good situation here to get a surprising cover over a very blowoutable team. Manhattan's also lost 4 out of their last 5 ATS. So Manhattan, these blowouts can kind of come.
Open to 10. It's down to 9 at some spots. The Greeks hanging 9. Open to 10.
Yes, there is a 9 and over 9.5. So yeah, I would be leaning Siena there, and probably the first half as well.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else, Matty?
Yeah. Elon and Towson.
Ooh, I didn't even look at that one.
Let's see. No, I did look at that one. Let me find it again.
Right
Yeah,
there.
that one I definitely looked at. Elon is definitely a quality team, but Towson get the win. And that one my note is just
Not a lot of movement.
Elon has been very good ATS on the road this year. Could go either way.
Another North
Maybe
Carolina
second
team, Elon.
Really?
Maybe second half on that one in some way, but
Amazing
no,
the residual schools that get a lot of that talent that's just sprinkled off and not recruited. Schools like Elon get it. They do.
Schools like UK too.
Yeah.
They get good basketball talent.
It is a school of law, though. Not a lot of people knew that.
Yeah.
It's a very good law school.
Northern Kentucky.
That's another tough one.
That is a tough one.
Could go either way. It's a pick'em game against Cleveland State. Northern Kentucky is
That's a
very
coin
good.
toss, I think.
I mean, not very good, but they have some good guard play for their conference, and that one again. Maybe freaking Billy Walters or Edwards.
I wouldn't even
or
have had to tease that side.
Yeah. So for me, it looks like it could go either way, and I'm going to stay off it. Might have a second half play on it, but
UAB and Marshall.
well, that's the big. We previewed that one also with the Joe Gavassi, and Joe Gavassi made a good argument for Marshall. We agreed with it. Well, the early line that we previewed it at was 5.
Yep.
It opened at market wide at 3, and now it's down to 2.5.
Yeah. Ooh. And I got Marshall on the first half. I'm using that as my best play of the day. Marshall, first half -1.5.
I would have to agree with that, but I'm not going to be betting it. And again, it's another one where there might be a second half.
That line movement's got me a little puzzled, but I can't back off it.
I mean, UAB is a good team, but it's just that, Marshall.
I think revenge is really going to play into it early, too. And again, you know who coaches for Marshall? It's Dan Tony's brother.
Mhm.
So he's another running gunner.
Yeah. And that can be tough to very tough to stop. When they're at home establishing the pace, that can be really tough to stop.
All right, we got a few more. Gonzaga.
Oh boy! Tune into the show for that one. We got to
All right, watch the show.
watch the show for that one.
Usually I would listen to it.
Yep.
Well, one thing I can say about Gonzaga is definitely this year their games are not fixed, right? They are not. They are not.
Not at 18-4 and 1 ATS.
They are not 28-point favorites and repeatedly winning by 23.
They're favored by 23. They're covering it. They're covering it.
If I was an FBI agent looking into this stuff, I'd be like, oh my God, 18-4 ATS.
They're not a tough back
I'm not going to look at that.
on the first half on that one. We got a lot of
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, let's go.
Hey, we got the Q&A today at 11:30. Today's Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so guys, if I don't get to your questions.
That's what I was gonna say.
Very busy today, asking a lot of stuff, which is good, I like that.
Yep. Anything with
but
baseball, guys, some stuff, anything you want to talk about this afternoon,
Especially
line
the
up
AL
the
East, I'll
load.
be reading about it all day.
We might have to get a couple cold beers for this Q&A today. It's
I think
Thursday.
that's a good idea.
I'm not kidding you.
A little cold beer and a little warm,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's right. To the
All right.
corner, on the corner.
St. Mary's
That's a
minus
must.
15 and a hook.
Well, I went St. Mary's on the half, if I'm correct. No, wait, I used them on a three-teamer.
Yeah.
I got a 3-team teaser. Jump in there. St. Mary's is on it, but jump in and catch the show. You'll get the rest.
We'll get 3 more. Celtics and Bulls.
Oh, I didn't look at the
Not
NBA
at all.
stuff
Right.
today.
NBA, we'll get to that
Yeah.
at the Q&A, because I have a question on the Pacers too, so I
You
can
got
get you guys.
All right.
And then I guess the last one is, we have, does anybody, do any of us have alma maters? I know Pete went to school of hard knocks.
Yeah, how not?
Alma maters?
Yes.
Yeah,
I went to Hunter, baby.
Did you?
yeah.
Hunter, motherfucker.
MGTOW, baby. This is
I
MGTOW.
went to Hunter High School, motherfucker.
I went to MGTOW High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Hunter.
Bayshore High, baby, alma mater.
Yeah.
That's right, Braden,
Yeah.
Florida.
Hell yeah. All right, so is that it?
That's it.
All right, so do we want to give a
Shout out. We always want to give a
shout
shout
out.
out. I gave my best play today. My best play, I'm going with it on the first half and doing it with confidence, and that is they're minus 1.5.
Mhm. All right, and I'm going to give
trying to figure out who the hell it is.
I'm going to give Wisconsin first half plus a half.
Marshall.
At Michigan.
Yeah. Okay, you're going. All right.
Wisconsin first half plus a
I'm
half.
glad you did, because I saw that early. It was grabbing
Yeah.
me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
Marshall first half minus 1.5 in a revenge game with
All right.
the Dan Tony coach.
Okay.
But shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for your support, guys. We can't do it without you.
Don't forget Q&A in 2 hours, or
Yep.
an hour and a half or so, then baseball, we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff going on today. Pete and I are doing some stuff. Ooh, I got the puckheads here in a minute too. We're doing
Okay.
Carter's not. He can't come in on Thursdays, but Dana Lane and I are
You know, next time Scott's by himself. We'll
Tuesday.
do it here, we can do a
Yeah.
live one.
Tuesday. he'll
All
be
right.
there.
Okay,
Good.
that just about wraps it up. Thank you.
We're out. Let's go.